Okay, this is 4.9 El Nino and La Nina. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the environmental changes and effects that result from El Nino or La Nina events. You'll also often see this abbreviated as ENSO or El Nino Southern Oscillation. To accomplish this goal, we will describe the conditions that lead to El Nino and La Nina, and then explain the environmental effects experienced in eastern and western Pacific as a result. So in the normal conditions in the Pacific Ocean, we have cool waters coming down the coast of um, California and Peru, and these cool waters get pushed across by the trade winds, which um, are being pushed from the east, heading towards the western Pacific. They bring with it warm water, and as a result, they bring a lot of rain. What we see along the coast is dry weather for the United States, but we see really great fishing because we get an upwelling, which is this dark part down here, of nutrient-rich water, which gets brought to the surface. The surface winds push it away, and as it does this, it's bringing that phytoplankton, um, all those nutrients. The phytoplankton goes crazy, and then the fish come, and we have a great fishing year. So for us, we have warm, dry winters, but we get great fishing because of the upwelling. And in the western Pacific, they get cool weather and seasonal rains because the weather is moving these high pressure systems, warm and dry, low pressure systems have the rain. In an El Nino year, everything changes. With El Nino, we see that the trade winds break down and swing back the other way. So instead of blowing from the east, they're now blowing from the west. Without these winds, the warm weather piles up along the coast of North America and South America. There's no longer any upwelling. You can see that the cold water is kept down here by the thermocline, so it's warm. There's a sharp break, and then the cold water. Without this upwelling, there's no fishing. There's no fish stocks here. The atmospheric patterns switch, so instead of high pressure over on this side and low pressure over here, we get high pressure, which leads to dry conditions, giving these guys droughts and fires. It gives us the low pressure where we get a lot of rain. So this will cause flooding down the west coast of the Americas and droughts and fires in western Pacific. So if we watch this, you can see all that warm water trapped here along the coast of California and South America. So that is the sea surface temperatures during an El Nino event. On the flip side, after an El Nino event, we get La Nina, which is an intensification of what we normally see. So the trade winds are now blowing back again from the east, but now they're blowing very strong. So this pushes even more cold water up. So the upwelling is even stronger, the fish stocks are even stronger, and it leads to, again, drought conditions here in California and heavy rains in the western Pacific. So this generally happens every 2 to 8 years, but it's not a specific cycle, but it does usually follow an El Nino event. There are many health impacts to an El Nino because of the worldwide impacts it has on our climates. The big ones, it causes malnutrition because of drought and wildfires. They also get more communicable diseases because of the decrease in water quality. We see more waterborne illnesses because of water supply issues and higher temperatures leading to more bacteria and waterborne illnesses. It leads to higher levels of air pollution, respiratory diseases, and heat stress. And then on the flip side, in the countries where we're experiencing flooding and intense storms, you get direct injuries. We get more vector-borne diseases because this is going to increase things like mosquitoes, dengue fever, malaria, Zika virus, more waterborne diseases due to flooding, mixing sewage with water. There's again a disruption in health services and the mental health effects of these constant storms. So to summarize, our goal is to describe the environmental changes and effects that result from El Nino or La Nina. Remember that ENSO. And our summary is that El Nino and La Nina are phenomena associated with changing ocean surface temperatures in the Pacific. So again, warm Pacific temperatures are leading to an El Nino. These phenomena can cause global changes to rainfall, wind, and ocean circulation patterns. They are influenced by geographical and geographic features that affect different locations in different ways.